I'm going to try and share with you basically some important tips and some of the things that you can really do if you're going to improve in your enunciation of the French language. Basically, the way that French forms their, what can we say, their sentences, pronunciation is a little different from how we speak, especially if you think of the Bantu languages. Sometimes you notice that our mouth is closed. Sometimes we're not able to enunciate, we're not able to pronounce the words properly. The reason is not because we're not able to or because we're not interested, but our mouth has been shaped. It's basically, it comes from the way we grew up, the way we speak our own language. It sort of comes from the fact that we are generally a shy person. So here are some of the things that you may need to remember when you are learning French. Number one, the very first thing is that French-speaking people, they're very particular about their language and they want the pronunciation to be done properly. Now, that is the reason why we are emphasizing in improving the language pronunciation very well. Now, the very first thing to think about is the fact that we don't stay with French-speaking people. Like, for example, to my fellow French teachers and students who stay in Zimbabwe, we don't have French-speaking people. You jump into a bus, everybody's speaking in Shona or English. So now how are we going to pick up the accent? So number one solution is to download as much as you can French-speaking videos and movies. Now, just playing the movie may not really help, but generally it's important that as you play, you pick up some pronunciation spontaneously without you even knowing that you're actually accumulating a lot of vocabulary and the accent pronunciation that will ring. It's kind of a song that is created in your head. Just think of this very popular lady who teaches English. She would teach you the rhythm of English. She would tell you that the rhythm is didam, 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 didam. What was she trying to say? She's trying to help you appreciate the fact that there's a certain pronunciation and rhythm speed that you need to follow when you're speaking British English. Well, the same with French. As you listen to the videos, it will create a rhythm in your head. But also here and there, try to imitate a proper speaker. As the person speaks, try to mimic the way they talk, especially on the pronunciation part. That will help you to improve quite a lot. Right at the beginning, it's important that if you're a student learning French, concentrate more on the pronunciation so that when you get the grammar correct, your pronunciation is perfect. How would you feel if you would have learned properly the grammar and you're not able to pronounce it well? So the first few weeks, hammer it a lot in the pronunciation. Then afterwards, you can actually do well. I'm going to move on to the next video where I'm going to give you some basic tips of mastering accents, pronunciation, and a few lessons that we can do together. And feel free to view my channel so that we can actually go through some of the tongue twisters in French. But all I can say, be happy guys. French is not that difficult. We can all learn it and it's quite enjoyable. Enjoy. Catch you up again.